Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Druggies Lives Matter, my pot smokers Bible program, which is dedicated to the people who get high and use drugs. It's my way of telling you, and you know who you are, the truth about who you are and what drugs really do and why we have the right to live and to be heard and to have a chance to defend ourselves and have a chance to just be who we are, because that's what drugs are all about. It's about us being who we are. It's about us taking a step beyond normal life into something new and wonderful, and to have a good time, and to spread joy, to take away our sorrow, to give us a way to unburden ourselves. And we do it every time we do drugs. Now, the United States of America and all of the governments that perpetuate the war on drugs tell us that it's necessary that they wage this war on us. But the war is not a war, and it's not a winnable war. It's not a winnable war because you cannot force someone to become like you just because they're not. And people who use drugs, well, for one thing, we didn't exist until you made laws that prohibited the use of the drugs that we now enjoy. We didn't even know that drugs existed. You pointed them out to us. You were like, here, this will make you fucking crazy. People do it. They really like it. They enjoy it. It's called marijuana. Now, if you decide to do this, we'll put you in prison for it. But please, here, have some. Why, thank you very much. I think I will. You can't win the war because you created us. You created us by creating the war that created us. It's a catch-22. And now that we're created, now that we exist, we're beyond your control. You can't force us to going back to being what you are because we decided we didn't like that person. We didn't want to be like you. We wanted something new, different, fun, enjoyable. And so we took you up on your offer and we did the drugs that you offered us, like LSD. Your scientists created it in a lab to make super soldiers. But it didn't make super soldiers, did it? No. It made shamans, priests, um, occultists, trippers. Anything and everything but a fucking soldier. So instead of just throwing it away and being done with it because it was no use to you, or finding a medicinal purpose for it, like, let me see, emotional therapy. It's been a proven fact that's really good at that. No, what you did was you gave it to the hippies. Then you gave it to the hippies, then you passed a law to make it illegal. You said, here, we can't use this, but you'll really enjoy it. Now we're going to go put you in prison for it. Ha ha, gotcha. Joke's on you. Because guess what? You created an entire new species of telepathic humans who were created for the benefit of the aliens that you screwed over in 1939. The joke is on you, America. That you can't win this war. Because what you did was you set in motion the very thing that the Grey really wanted to begin with. Remember, look back into those secret super files that you got tucked away. The ones about the actual treaty that was signed with the Grey back in 2015 or 1915. And you will see there that they wanted you to allow them to pick particular people from amongst the population to to get to know and to enhance, to make telepathic through the use of drugs, mind-altering drugs. And all you wanted to give them were soldiers, CIA, FBI, all those super elite government officials that were already so embedded into the government's stupid human way that they were of no use to the Grey. The Grey wanted peace-loving, free-thinking individuals who would be willing to give their life to a new way of living where there's no war, there's no money, there's no prejudice, there's no religion. Because what we call religion, they call politics. So we do drugs because that's what God wanted us to do. And you screwed over God, and so God screwed you. And the reason why I can say this is because I know God. His name is Ishi. He's a friend of mine. He's right up there in a UFO, flying saucer. And he's waiting for my people, the drug users, to say, America, screw you. You just, there's a better way and we want to follow it. So we're going to go camping. Just like Moses and the Israelites did when they left Egypt. So we're going to pack up all our stuff. We're going to go out into the panhandle of the state of Nebraska, where the land meets the sand. We're going to pitch our tents. We're going to go on strike. We're going to get rid of COVID. And we're going to hold a solemn assembly. And all of us potheads and drug users are going to think to Ishi and the Grey. And we're going to invite them to come to Earth. And they're going to come. And they're going to try the United States of America and all of its allies in the war on drugs in the intergalactic court. Oh, by the way, court's already been held and the verdict was left in this book for us. You see, that was their plan all along. They left this document that literally says, hey, Zion, if you fit this description, okay, hey, females, if you fit this description, follow these directions, and all of this will happen. Well, guess what? I fit that description. So I took it upon myself to follow the directions. And the directions told me to do drugs. The directions told me to be Moses, to stand up to the entire world and testify, witness, prophecy, whatever you want to call it, about what God, the God of this book, really thinks about drugs, drug users, and Christians, Jews, Muslims, every other race on the planet. So, you can't win a war that you were tricked into instigating at the behest of your enemy so that you would create for them the very thing that you refuse to allow them to have in exchange for technologies that you uh, misused, violating the treaty, nullifying the contract, and oh, just so you know, the crashes, the crash landing UFOs. Okay, the one with the bodies wasn't, but there was never a technology brought into this atmosphere that wasn't intended for the human's use at this time. All crash UFOs were technology planted on this planet for your benefit so that you could bring us to this level of technology so that we could take it from here. So thank you very much for creating us in God's image and fucking my life up so badly that I called on God. And God answered and taught me everything I needed to know to win. So if you think that you have a real living God that can answer your prayers, I got news for you. The only living God on this planet, the only living God having to do anything with this planet, are the Grey. And the Grey are very particular about who they deal with. There are humans all over, scattered all over the world, who are just like me, who work with the Grey. But I'm the prophesied one. See this book? This book tells my life story. And it tells the life story of everybody who does drugs. All of the suffering that we've gone through, all of the pain that we have to endure on a daily basis. And it was written, literally. This entire book was written to justify our use of drugs. Man cannot win in the face of God. Or an alien, if that's what you want to call him. I call him God, because that's how I came to know him. By God. I said a prayer to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Grey answered. And they've been answering my prayers ever since. And I asked them if they wanted me to get high. They wanted me to do drugs, and they said yes. They proved it. I'll tell you the story sometime. So may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your life's work when we get to Camp Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books about it. My name is Zion. I love you too much to say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.